So before we engage in this practice, let's just refresh our motivation of bodhicitta. Recall that all of our actions, especially when we turn our minds towards virtue as we're doing in this purification practice, we want to do this with the best possible motivation seeking enlightenment so we can benefit all sentient beings without exception, freeing them from all suffering and helping them to attain the fulfillment of their own potential. And that is the reason why we're engaging in this practice, why we're here tonight together. So recall that everything is capable of being purified. The practice we're going to engage in, of Vajrasattva, has the power to do that through going through what are called the four opponent powers. So I will lead you in each of those, and beginning with the power of regret. So it is good before we engage in purification to think about the things that we want to purify. And we can look back on the past 24 hours since we did this practice previously. What are the things that we have said and done in particular that we regret, that we're not so skillful? And certainly recall any of the non-virtues of body that we might have engaged in, such as killing or harming the bodies of others, stealing, taking what is not offered to us, or any unwise sexual behavior we might have engaged in. And then the four of speech. Any ways that we've been deceptive in communicating with others, where we've created division, either where there already was division, we furthered it, or where there was no division, we created it. Also the ways that we might have spoken harshly to others. And last but not least, the ways that we might have engaged in meaningless talk. So these three of body and four of speech are particularly important to purify, but we also want to purify any of the actions of mind that we've engaged in, or we've let ourselves get carried away by covetousness or malicious intent, or even by holding any particularly wrong views. So just take a moment to kind of take inventory of what it is you might have engaged in recently over the past day or so, as well as what you might have engaged in this lifetime that you would still like to purify. And then, of course, even inferring that we must have done these actions in countless lifetimes, so we also generate regret for the times that we did these actions under the control of our delusions. And certainly if we've taken vows, whether they be the lay vows, the bodhisattva vows, the tantric vows, those vows were taken with a commitment to hold them purely. And if we have transgressed those vows in any way, we want to purify that as well. So generate regret at any ways that we have weakened our vows through our having engaged in behavior that is opposing to them. And then with that in mind, we're going to do the power of reliance. In this case, again, we are relying in particular upon Guru Vajrasattva, this being of purification, this Buddha who represents that element of the Buddha's power. We can visualize Vajrasattva, who's on the screen now above the crown of our heads, your Guru manifesting in this aspect for your benefit. He's made of radiant, blissful white light, sitting cross-legged on a white lotus. His face is radiant and beautiful. His eyes are long horizontally and peaceful. He's full of love and compassion for us. His mouth is red and very sweet, his hair black, held up in a topknot. His arms are crossed at his heart. The left is underneath the right. The left is holding a bell, which represents wisdom. The right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And they're being crossed at his heart, represents the union of these two. So just take a moment to stabilize the visualization of Guru Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. And really have conviction that your Guru is here in that form to benefit you. Same essence, of course, as all the Buddhas. Then we can visualize that on a moon disk at Vajrasattva's heart stands a Hong, syllable Hong, encircled by a garland of the 100-syllable mantra that we'll be reciting. Just visualize that as best as you can. Now we invite the wisdom beings to merge with our visualization. Visualize that light goes out from the Hong at Guru Vajrasattva's heart to all the 10 directions, and it hooks the energy of the holy body, holy speech, and holy mind of all the enlightened beings of the universe. And this light comes back and dissolves into the heart of Guru Vajrasattva, who now embodies all of their energy. He's even more brilliant and blissful than before. Now, keeping in mind Guru Vajrasattva on our heart, we will recite the refuge verse. And again, you can visualize already that from Guru Vajrasattva's heart is purifying energy as we recite this refuge verse. And we'll do the more formal practice in a moment. But also in conjunction with this, besides taking refuge in the Guru, who represents the Buddhas, the Dharma, the Sangha, we also are generating the mind of bodhicitta, which begins to create a stronger bond between ourselves and others who have been the objects of harm in all of our actions that we're regretting. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. So I think that Guru Vajrasattva is very pleased that you have generated these minds of refuge and bodhicitta, and is happy to help us in our purification, to be a support that we can rely upon in this practice. So now we will first do purification of the body with a recitation of the Vajrasattva mantra 7 times. So here, bring to mind in particular the actions that we've done with our bodies that we regret, especially, again, the 3 non-virtues of the body: killing, stealing, unwise sexual behavior, as well as any other ways that we might have harmed others through our physical bodies. And as we recite this mantra, we'll do the downward cleansing purification visualization. So from Guru Vajrasattva's heart, this white nectar comes down and enters through the crown of your head, very forceful, like a hose on full force. And this white nectar descends down, completely purifying your body, and all the negativities are dispelled through the lower orifices of your body. Just like, this stream of white energy that's clearing away all these negativities. Just think that when they exit our body, they disappear into space, not one atom left, and feel that you're completely purified of these negativities of body that we are purifying. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Teno Patita Dido Me Bawa Sutokayo Me Bawa Supokayo Me Bawa Anurakto Me Bawa Sarva Siddhim Memparyatsa Sarva Karma Sutsame Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagawan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Monta Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajra Sattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajra Sattva Denopatita Dido Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhim Parayatsa Sarva Karma Sutsame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajrama Me Monta Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajra Sattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajra Sattva Denopatita Dido Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhim Parayatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Monta Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajra Sattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajra Sattva Denopatita Dido Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhim Parayatsa Sarva Karma Sutsame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Monsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajra Sattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajra Sattva Denopatita Dido Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhim Me Parayatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Monta Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajra Sattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajra Sattva Denopatita Dido Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhim Parayatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Monta Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajra Sattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajra Sattva Denopatita Dido Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhim Me Parayatsa Sarva Karma Sutsame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Monta Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So really generate great conviction that these negativities of body have been completely removed without a trace left. And then think that there's nothing you can do but beneficial actions with your body from now on. Your body being used as a tool to help other sentient beings through practicing generosity towards them, aiding them in terms of their health, their welfare, all the things that we can do with our body. We are only capable of doing that from now on and never, ever harming a being again. Just really feel like you purified your body to that degree. Then we will engage in the purification of our speech. So here too, recall all the negativities of speech that you were regretting earlier this evening when we did the opponent power of regret. Particularly once more, the four of 4 negative or non-virtuous actions of the speech: lying, divisive speech, harsh speech, and meaningless speech. So again, generate deep regret for all of these actions, and for purifying them with the mantra, we're going to be visualizing the upward purification. So now the lower part of our body is sealed like a vase, and the white nectar energy comes from Guru Vajrasattva's heart, enters the crown of our bodies, and fills us from the bottom up, so that all the negativities float like dirt in a vase on water, and they come out or dispelled through the upper orifices of our body. And again, they exit our body and completely disappear, completely gone without a trace. So we'll do that now with that visualization. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopatita Dido me bawa, sutokayo me bawa, supokayo me bawa, anurakto me bawa, sarva siddhim mempariyata, sarva karma sutsame, sitam shriyam kuruhum, ha 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 ho, bhagavan, sarva tattagata, vajramame monta, vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopatita Dido me bawa Sutokayo me bawa Supokayo me bawa Anurakto me bawa Sarva Siddhim Mempariyata Sarva Karma Sutsame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tattagata Vajramame Monsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopatita Dido me bawa Sutokayo me bawa Supokayo me bawa Anurakto me bawa Sarva Siddhim Mempariyata Sarva Karma Sutsame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tattagata Vajramame Monsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopatita Dido me bawa Sutokayo me bawa Supokayo me bawa Anurakto me bawa Sarva Siddhim Mempariyata Sarva Karma Sutsame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tattagata Vajramame Monsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopatita Dido me bawa Sutokayo me bawa Supokayo me bawa Anurakto me bawa Sarva Siddhim Mempariyata Sarva Karma Sutsame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tattagata Vajramame Monta Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopatita Dido me bawa Sutokayo me bawa Supokayo me bawa Anurakto me bawa Sarva Siddhim Mempariyata Sarva Karma Sutsame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tattagata Vajramame Monsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopatita Dido me bawa Sutokayo me bawa Supokayo me bawa Anurakto me bawa Sarva Siddhim Mempariyata Sarva Karma Sutsame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagawan Sarva Tathagata Vajra Mame Munsa Vajra Bhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Again, feel very strongly, with great confidence, that you have removed all the negativities of speech. All the things that we've done that were unskillful and harmful with our speech have now been completely purified. And there is nothing that we can do that would be negative with our speech any longer. Everything we say, we have great benefit to others. And then we engage in the third round, the round where we purify our negativities of mind. So here again, recall any negative actions that were purely mental, especially the three non-virtues of mind, of covetousness, where we've desired to acquire the goods of others, the mind of harmful intent, where we've generated the wish to harm others, and the mind of wrong view, where we have denied what the Buddha has taught, where we have held a wrong view of in terms of believing something to exist that the Buddha says does not exist. These often become the doorway for us to engage in further negativity. So we bring these three to mind, as well as all of our negative actions of mind, which include all of our desirous mind, our mind of attachment, our mind of anger, our mind of jealousy, pride, all of these things. We're regretting them and wanting them to be purified. And as we recite the mantra, we will visualize the instantaneous purification where the nectar comes down through the crown of our head, that white nectar, when it enters our heart, very center of our being. It's like turning on a light switch in a dark room, and immediately all these negativities of mind are completely gone. They completely disappear through the force of our uh, engaging in the four opponent powers, in particular through Vajrasattva's mantra, that we are purifying all these negativities of mind, completely removing them instantaneously. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopatita Dido Me Bawa Sutokayo Me Bawa Supokayo Me Bawa Anuraktu Me Bawa Sarva Siddhim Emparyatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Munsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajra Sattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajra Sattva Tenopatita Dido Me Bawa Sutokayo Me Bawa Supokayo Me Bawa Anuraktu Me Bawa Sarva Siddhim Emparyatsa Sarva Karma Sutsame Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Munsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajra Sattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajra Sattva Denopatita Dido Me Bawa Sutokayo Me Bawa Supokayo Me Bawa Anurakto Me Bawa Sarva Siddhim Me Paryatsa Sarva Karma Sutsame Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Munsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajra Sattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajra Sattva Tenopatita Dido Me Bawa Sutokayo Me Bawa Supokayo Me Bawa Anurakto Me Bawa Sarva Siddhim Emparyatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Munsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopatita Dido Me Bawa Sutokayo Me Bawa Supokayo Me Bawa Anurakto me bhava sarva siddhi me paryatsa sarva karma sutsa me sitam shriyam guru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sarva tattagata vajrama me monsa vajra bhava mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopatita Dido me bawa Sutokayo me bawa Supokayo me bawa Anuraktu me bawa Sarva Siddha me Paryata Sarva Karma Sutsame Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tattagata Vajrama me Mansa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopatita Dido me bawa Sutokayo me bawa Supokayo me bawa Anuraktu me bawa Sarva Siddhi me Prayatsa Sarva Karma Sutsame Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarva Tattagata Vajramame Mata Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So here too have great conviction that you've removed all the negativities of mind, all the delusions that we've generated, the unskillful actions of the mind, and we've even removed the subtle imprints in the mind that are obscuring us from attaining the state of Vajrasattva, the state of Buddhahood. And think that there is now only space in your heart for love and kindness, forgiveness, wisdom, bliss, compassion. None of these delusions can appear whatsoever. Then we engage in the fourth opponent power, perhaps the most important in some regard, resolve to not engage in these actions again. So take a moment to think about those that you have regretted in particular, as well as the 10 non-virtues in total, and make a determination to refrain from those that you can abstain from for the remaining part of this life, the remainder of this life. Go ahead and make that commitment. But if something that you need more time to work on, then make a commitment to refraining from that for some period of time, even if it's as short as a few minutes. It's making that determination that you will refrain from that action for that period of time, making that promise to Guru Vajrasattva and all the Buddhas. So reflect on that in silence for a minute or so. So now that we've engaged in the four opponent powers, rejoice, feeling very happy that you having done this purification practice. And through these full powers, you've removed all the traces of these negativities. Once more, have that confidence that you've done that and make a determination to go forward and do the best that you can to refrain from these actions again. We'll conclude the practice tonight with the dedication of merit. First, with this verse that dedicates for what our motivation of bodhicitta was all about at the beginning, so we can become a Buddha and lead all beings to attaining that same state that they have the potential to attain as well. Due to the merits of these virtuous actions, may we quickly attain the state of a Guru Buddha and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. And then we make this strong aspiration for the mind of bodhicitta to grow and develop deeply in our own hearts and in the hearts of all beings. May the supreme jewel bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish, but increase more and more. Then we conclude also by dedicating for the good health and long lives of our precious gurus, especially His Holiness the Dalai Lama, whose 90th birthday was just this past weekend. making strong prayers that he will continue to be in this world as a guiding light for ourselves and all beings. Also for the very swift identification of the reincarnation of Lama Zopa Rinpoche, so we can benefit from his return to this world immensely. And also for any of our other gurus who are still with us, we dedicate for their good health and long lives as well. Then lastly, send this positive energy out to those who you're holding in your heart right now. Whoever you might know or be moved by in the world who are experiencing difficulties, problems, suffering at this time, share this energy with them so they can be free from all of that. The same way that we would want to be free from that, we know that they also wish to be free from their suffering. So we gladly share this energy with them to do that. I think that it also brings them the causes of complete well-being, helping them to attain their potential of Buddhahood. And may all beings have these same results, complete freedom from suffering and the complete bliss of Buddhahood through what we have done here together tonight. Wonderful. Thank you, Shayla, for hosting. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate you joining tonight for this. Again, I will be back a week from tonight, and then I guess it will be going to be using a recording. Is that what you're doing, Shayla, for the nights at?
No, we do it ourselves. We
Oh, okay.
have a slideshow and we just read off the
DIY.
slides. Yes.
Good. Vajrasattva DIY. Okay. Good. I'll rejoice that you're all doing that. I'll be probably doing my other practice around that time anyway. So, all right, everyone, be well. I'll see you again next Thursday. Okay. Bye bye.